do anything. What you gonna do for it? How you gonna do for it? What you gonna be?
And the distance.
Yes.
Let's go. Hey.
Welcome back to the Rise Experience podcast. Boys,
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
you've done it. We got Will and Felix back from the Olympics.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes, sir.
What a wonderful experience. What a wonderful summer you guys had. I was back home, just chilling, watching you guys compete. It was amazing to watch you and Sam. Unfortunately, he's not here in this episode. He's taken some time off in Philadelphia with his now fiance. Crazy.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
But
man.
we'll definitely have him back on the podcast to see his mind on the
His side
Olympic
of the story.
experience.
Yeah.
So much to unwrap, right? So much to unfold.
So many stuff, and
Yeah,
people are
everything
asking
happened.
us, and like it's always the same cassette
Listen,
that we're putting.
I want to say, first of all, we haven't posted an episode of the podcast because we've been busy, right? We were in Paris, some of the guys were on vacation, some of the guys were left and right. Now we're back. Now we're making an episode to let the world know what happened in detail. The whole transparent output, I guess, that the experience and the before, the during, and the after, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now as we speak. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
No,
definitely
it's
a lot to
yeah.
unpack. I
No,
think
for
we're
sure.
gonna do a couple episodes about the Olympics.
Yeah.
I think this one we're gonna focus more on the experience itself, your performance, how you felt about it, the lead up towards the Olympics, and I think
pretty
that's
much it.
that's about it.
That's pretty much the lead up and the actual Olympics.
Yeah,
so,
being in Paris. So the first question I'm gonna ask you, is your performance. I know both of you had some mistakes.
Yeah.
Are you talking about my high bar?
your high bar and his high bar?
Yeah.
Did you guys fall in anything else?
I fell on pommel in the qualification round.
Right,
The qualification
right.
day.
But I think the
But-
big thing was your grip
grip.
snapping.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start on that because
Yeah.
I think everyone wants to know about this mishap
mean,
on high bar.
I feel like the whole world saw me whip out of a high bar really brutally, and it was definitely something. I think it was definitely something. For me, being in the all-around final was my last shot. It was my last competition at the Olympics in Paris, and it meant a lot for me because like I said previously in other interviews, and to the boys, I told them. I mean, they already knew, but after the qualification round and everything that happened, then I really came out with some kind of a bitter taste after the seeing all the other countries go and seeing my performances were just not as sharp as I would have wanted them to be. Of course, there's reasoning behind it, but at the end of the day, when you lift your arm up and you go up on the event, show up for the score, and it comes up somewhat short, the reality is that it's on you. It's on you. So, unfortunately, I didn't make the exact final that I was hoping for on the event, but I was like, okay, I have an all-around final to go through. My body is definitely in pain. It's definitely dealing with a lot of ups and downs, but I was like, let's give it our all. Let's go for that top 8 all around and push higher and higher as far as I can go. And so it began, on vaults. It was very decent vault, reasonable. Then on P bars, great routine. And then the high bar came, which is one of my favorite piece, one of my strongest piece. I love doing high bar. I was feeling super confident. I was like, let's go high bar. It's like let's impress the crowd. And then we saw what happened, pinging off from the layout to Kachev. The grip completely snapped in half, and I think you can see like on a close up when the competition was on, when they were putting replays.
Yeah.
You can see like me looking at the grip, and I just like kind of fall behind. And I don't know. It's tough to describe the feeling because on the present moment, like I'm flying out, you're just it's a split of a second. You don't really know what's going on or what's happening there. But when I landed, I was just like, unfortunate.
Yeah.
I just really felt like it was unfortunate because you guys know me. the routine was done, and the routine was not bad. You know,
No,
the
it
routine
was
pretty-
beautiful. I
was
watched it
pretty
live with
slick.
one of my buddies.
And I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good one. I'm about to stick to the dismount, catch those nicely, and then yeah, when it pinged off, man, my back, bro, it was not feeling it at all. And the comeback from it though, like having to step down, I still had like the crowd was insane, you know, like 20, 25, 30,000 people just clapping and cheering was like vibrating in me, you know, it was crazy to see all this love coming my way. So I was like, okay, I gotta, you know, settle back in, focus up, and find another pair of grips to perform again once everybody has passed. And
Yeah,
that's
talking about the grips, I know you had some troubles beforehand.
yeah, exactly, and that's what's crazy, you know. And I feel like sometimes life just doesn't want to give it your way, you know, because the reality is, I maybe go through a pair of grips every like 2 to 3 months, one pair, generally. And like that's like if I go like really hard.
Yeah,
on high
that's
bar
what I was going. So I was like, I had 6 months. In my head,
but like 3
yeah,
months is
I
like
can stretch it out.
like yeah,
6
I could
months.
stretch it out like further.
And there's
but
me on rings who got like the same pair for 2 years. So it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
Rings,
exactly.
yeah, I think rings is a little
but high
more
bar
strong,
usually it's 6
sturdy.
months. So
It's
once
different, right?
every 6 months.
something like that. And so for me, I had my main first pair that snapped 2 weeks prior to the games when we were in the training camp.
July 18, I got the video on my phone
We'll
of
put it up.
him doing exactly the same thing as he did at the Olympics. So layout catch, even in a routine, the grip just snap in the middle, land on his back, and just hit his head with his knee.
Yeah.
Had a big bruise for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And like,
And
So
it
you
was-
had some practice.
But actually, you know, when I landed in the south of France, when my grip snapped there, I had definitely a worse landing than I had at the Olympics. So I guess the practice kind of paid off because honestly, when my grip snapped in the south of France, like Will said, like my knee literally like hit my forehead, and also my bicep hit something. I'm not too sure, but my biceps was fully bruised, like purple and blue, and my forehead, like they did like concussion tests and stuff. I was feeling kind of dizzy after. I think I was fine. I am fine, but it was definitely, you know, unsettling. And
But happening before the Olympics.
before 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then
then
listen,
again
I
at
took
the
a
Olympics.
brand new pair right after, never been used, for 2 weeks prior to the games, and the day of all around final is snapped.
So those grips only held on for 2 weeks. That's
yeah.
crazy.
And that
people
never happened in my life. Never,
Yeah.
ever.
And people were asking me like, "Oh, is it the brand?" and stuff like that. I'm just like, we're using exactly the same brand, and for me, it never happened. And I think for you, it
and
never
I've been
happened.
using
Like
the same
as
brand
quick.
for years now. For years and years
It's
now.
the one that everyone pretty much uses. Like it's
And also
it's a good
that's one thing I
brand.
want to disclose. Like I know there was like some backlash on the media, especially on the German side, because it's a German brand, saying that you know it was their fault and stuff like that.
No.
For me, no, not at all. You know, I think it
Part of the
happens,
game.
and it's part of the game. It happens. You have to deal with it as best as you can, and that's exactly what I really tried to do. When I went back on that bar, I'll be honest, it was my third pair of grips was definitely not
The good one.
like the you know
Were they the backups?
they were the
Like the
backups
old
of the
ones?
backups of the backups. You know what I'm saying? Like
mixed
they were
together.
Yeah.
They were. That was not it. But you know, when I hopped on the bar, I just jumped, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's gonna be gonna be
That's a
sketchy
bad
as fuck."
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Especially
I'm
high
starting
bar.
with Zuliman, you know, like that, the one arm giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can hop on it, and you can feel like that
And you can-
grainy feel where it's like
it's dry.
It's dry as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I was hanging there, and the only thing I could say is like, all right, Felix, you literally like escaped death a couple times now. Let's do it one more time. I was just like, let's go through it. And at the same time, in my head, after what happened with the grip completely snapping in half, I was like, listen, I have to go for an insane routine. I have to go for like the best possible routine. I'm not holding back. I'm not just trying to catch the bar. I'm trying to catch the bar like perfect elbow straight. I'm trying to catch the bar, catch those angles perfectly, handstand. Even though these were not the good pair of grips, let's say it that way. I said, I'm just gonna go all in, you know, and that's my mentality. You guys know how I roll, and that's what happened. You know, I started the routine, stoop full. I wanted for handstand, boom. I cast it on the wrong side, kept going, stoop half, casino was sketchy as hell, caught it, and Coleman was too far. You know, I was close, but I was too far. But I think, you know, finishing that routine and finishing the comp the way I did, I think it really showed for a big amount of, you know, perseverance and resilience towards my way of practicing gymnastics and performing gymnastics. But what I truly believe is that I hope people understand that almost every gymnast are like that. Gymnasts are insane creatures, man. They don't care. They keep moving forward. They push beyond the boundaries of what's reasonable in the sport. And I think, and don't get me wrong, I love all the love that came my way, and I truly appreciated the support and everything. But I would love to see that happen every single comp for every single gymnast, because the truth is, when they hop on the bar, they know that can happen, whether it's on rings, on the high bar, or stuff like that. But they still decide to go through it. So I believe that's much respect for gymnastics as a whole. But that's the story.
Yeah, we're a brave bunch.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly.
no,
It's
no.
this insane sport, man. Insane sport. People should
sports.
watch it more.
Best sports.
Best sport. Yeah.
Best
So,
sports.
Will,
Yeah.
how was your Olympics experience?
My
I know
Olympics-
you had a very rough lead up towards it.
Yeah.
You were injured for how many months?
Too long.
Yeah, way too long.
From February to the games, so from 6 months. So
Because I know you were only getting back into it like 2
Yeah.
weeks before nationals, the qualifier for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And then you made it.
yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah. So me for myself, like Dulcie had a lot of like, he wanted some result at the Olympics with like 2 finals on high bar and floor mostly, and then the all around, and he wanted to do like something special in the all around. For me, I was really I was in my head, I was more like of a team player for those Olympics. Like going to the Olympic was already like a big thing for me with the bicep tear that I had in February, and like the rehab and the Olympic preparation that was combined together. And I was watching videos like a couple of weeks ago when we were going to the Olympics and seeing like what was my progression before the Olympics. So in April, I was not doing swings on P-bar. Like I was like mini swings, and I wasn't doing rings. I wasn't doing high bar. I was doing pretty much nothing. I was doing like abs and jumping on blocks to keep my legs like activated. So the pathway to the Olympics were not the best thing, but I got there, and that's pretty massive for me already. And then my mindset was like, it's not the way that I wanted to go to the Olympics. I'm a big competitive guy. I really want to be the best way that I can. But this time I knew I was missing time, and I wasn't like in a really healthy shape right before it. So I was more like, okay, I'm gonna be there for the team. I'm gonna do my best that I can for the team to go for that top 8. That was the objective for that comp. And then I'm gonna try to get closer and closer for floor final and rings final, just to see where's my level with not a lot of training, I would say, for the Olympics. So
Because I know you can do it. Like in 2021,
yeah, I know I can do it.
individual finals, you made it, and then you came 8th.
Yeah.
So
I know I can do it.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like I haven't been
definitely not.
lucky with the last injuries. I got both my bicep tears.
You weren't that top shape at the Olympics, and I feel like that's
Yeah.
bittersweet. Like both of you, I think both
No,
of you
for
have-
sure. And honestly, like that's one of the reason why after the Olympics, after the qualification round and all the competition, I was like, okay, yeah, we made it to the Olympics. That's great. We made the top 8. That's crazy. Never been done before in Team Canada. But seeing a guy like Will going through what he did and like working his ass off to be able to just be there at the Olympics, because like Men said, he was jumping off blocks or like swinging barely, and some of the events he was not even practicing it like 2 months prior to like the like being at the training camp and like showing up in Paris. And like for me to like I was maybe not doing my best in terms of health, but Will was definitely doing worst. And for me to show up there in Paris and not be able to like really grasp the opportunities that were there in terms of going into finals and making the results, it was beyond me. It was for those guys. It was for the team. It was for the flag. It was for the national coach, the juniors that need funding, that need that guy to look up to and say it's possible, it's possible. And that's what I really wanted to do, and just like showing up and just being slightly falling off short, that was tough. I felt like that was tough because it was way bigger than me. I wasn't doing it like of course I wanted it for me, but it was so much bigger than me, and I could feel the dreams and the ambitions of all my colleagues and all my friends and all the ex-gymnasts that we know that have that wanted to go to the Olympics for many, many years, and now we were there, the opportunity were there, and I just feel like kind of losing the grasp on those opportunities was tough.
Yeah, like you said, you
Yeah.
had a vision for yourself and,
Yeah.
and what you
Yeah.
can create, and
Yeah.
you didn't achieve
And
that.
that's the thing with me, with my Olympics and with my prep. I had a couple of weeks and a couple of months to work on that shift of mindset. Like during my rehab, I knew if I was going to the Olympics, I couldn't expect to be in the all-around final. I couldn't expect to go on rings final because I didn't know my bicep will be able to support. So I had that couple of weeks to get to the Olympics and be like, okay, you're going to you're gonna go to the Olympics. That's my goal. Once you get there, you'll be disappointed because you'll not be at the 100% that you wanted to be. But I think I did the maximum with the ability
what you
that I
had,
had and what I had with me in my body. And actually, if we go event by event, like my vault was both days were really solid. I was happy with this. High bar on the qualification, I would have loved to just go through the full set. I was leading the team. I was going to go first event, just give them the rhythm because I'm not the guy who's supposed to count on high bar, and we all know it. It's supposed to be Sam, Rene, and Dulcie.
Yeah.
Those are the good guys on the high bar.
But you want to start
I
the
just
momentum,
want to give them
right?
the rhythm,
Yeah.
rhythm of the comp, just break the ice and stuff like that. I didn't break the ice. I pretty
You
much
broke
broke my ribs. Yeah,
our
yeah.
eyes. I'm just kidding.
No, so I was kind of nervous a little bit on high bar. It's not my event, and like there was 20,000 people cheering on us, and the light was crazy. The high bar were different from the training gym.
Oh, yeah.
The one in the back of the training at the venue
dog shit.
was so different. So we were getting used to that
I
one,
swear.
and then we're getting on the comp one, and it was super good, but so different, so different. And I guess we saw that on the high bar final at the Olympics. So many guys fell. I don't know. It went crazy. Floor, honestly, everyone was saying like my floor was good. I was really disappointed with both floors that I did. I know I can do better. Like usually I'm getting that 14.4, 14.5, and I know I can be competitive to get in that top 8. And there wasn't a day over there in Paris that I was able to deliver the routine I was supposed to do. There was a lot of hops here and there. I wasn't as in control as I'm used to be. In Romania, before my fall on the last line, I did a massive set. It was really, really nice, and I felt great. I never found that back in Paris, so I was kind of, I was a little bit upsetting. The floor was different. Also, it was weird.
It was weird, but I feel you so much when you say like you knew the potential, you know what you
But
can
you
do,
never
but
felt it.
You didn't feel it, you know, and it wasn't achieved. And because some people will go and say like, nah, man, like
You
it
did good.
looked nice, you did good, you did your best, and it's like. Thanks,
Yes.
man, but I still feel like shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I still hate myself. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
but that's
I totally-
on a
I totally
profound level,
do.
like deeply, that's really just how it is, you know? And unfortunately, no matter who says to me that it was fine, that it was great, that it was okay, if like I can't, you know? Like I can't accept that.
Yeah, like
So-
the only time that I felt really, really amazing was that rings qualification routine.
That
Like
was a nice
that
one.
rings routine felt great.
I saw your smile at the end.
Yeah, no, it was a
You-
good
I
one.
think, I
you were
think if
glad.
you see my face at the end when I start that landing, I think my face says everything.
Says it
It's
all.
like,
Yeah.
fuck, that was great because we didn't plan to do cross at the Olympics. Like the plan was to do a 5-5, no cross in the routine.
Yeah, I was talking to Adrian. He said he changed your routine a
Like,
little bit.
Yep.
a week before the comp. We were in Avignon. He was talking, and he was like, "Do you think you can do a cross?" I
But
was
he
like,
looked strong though. He looked strong.
And it was
so-
like, honestly, Adrian, I know I can do a cross. I'm just like, I don't know if my body
Yeah.
wants me to do a cross because that's
I can
how
do
I
a
enter
cross
my
any
bicep.
day.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I'm
like my
strong
shoulder
enough.
hurts.
Yeah, I mean, it's my bicep. I know it's my bicep who is not liking it. So we tested it. Adrian spotted me. I did a lot of bungee and stuff like that. And then we put it in one routine. It wasn't great, but I wasn't tired because of the cross. So we're like, yeah, I can do it. Let's try it for the Olympics. And then did that. The routine was really, really good. Felt great. Stuck the landing. And it felt like I was kind of getting back to rings a little bit slowly. You know, it's my pieces. It's where I can
Really
can
help
go
the
in that
team
top 8
yeah.
pretty easily in the future. So, and I did it in 2021. So I know that's my way to get close to a medal or maybe a medal at some point. I think that's going to be my end game at a certain level, maybe 30, 32. I'm just going to be a specialist on rings. Never know.
Yeah.
So it just felt great to kind of be back at some point on rings. And then the also the other upsetting kind of feeling when we were done on qualification, and I saw the 247.7, I was like,
It's not it.
it's gonna be close.
It's not
Like
it.
Because you were first subdivision,
first
right?
sub, so there was 2 more sub. We beat Germany, that was the goal. So we were okay. We beat Germany, fine. Next sub, we need to beat Netherlands, which we did, but like from a really really close margin. And there was some error. I saw the comp. There was some error from their part that could have made the difference. And then the last sub, we need to beat 2 other countries. So
It was
Turkey and who?
Spain,
Turkey and Spain, Italy,
Italy, but we
and-
knew Italy was gonna be tough.
Yeah, Italy is gonna be tough. And then the last one was no, not Switzerland. Oh, whatsoever.
Yeah, Switzerland.
No, Switzerland was with us.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know whatsoever. So I saw the 247.7 and I was like,
Yeah, we knew it was about to
could go both ways.
yeah.
Could go both ways. It could make it, could not make it. So the whole day was really, really long. And then when we finally saw the 2 last subdivision go and we saw Canada 8, I was in the athlete lounge. He was with Renee and Rachel getting treatment. Sam was at the venue with the coaches. So we were all scattered, but we were so hyped. The WhatsApp group went crazy. It was like, wow, we did it. We did it. It was really, really nice. And I was with other athletes who were just like cheering for us so bad. And was like, okay, let's go. You need to miss. And it was like, no, don't cheer for the guy to miss. It's just like, we need to make it. But like there was some error. Like Spain kind of fumbled on P-bar, and then on high bar Turkey got some errors that opened the door. We got in final by 2/10. Like 2/10 on 18 routines.
No,
is nothing.
it was cooked,
It's
man.
nothing.
We knew it was cooked. But that's the thing, like I feel like when you know the potential, and I mean every athlete can feel that, but and then you kind of sell it short, especially like you're at the Olympics, man. It's like that's not the place where you want to sell it short, and you're in that position where the door is wide open for you to get kicked out or bumped out, and you're just there, and you're like thinking about all the little tiny mistakes or the big mistakes, whatever that you've done that you know you never do, or it's not you, like it's not the like it doesn't really describe you as an athlete, and but that's what you have to show for. Man, that's tough to like live with, man.
And I think the lesson I learned from this Olympics, I've always followed the Olympics, but I felt like I was more connected to those because I was there. It's either usually a disappointment or a big upset or a fucking massive joy. Like
There's like
it's-
no in between.
There's no really in
But
between.
that's
And-
like being an athlete. I feel like
Yeah, the
I'm
Olympics are
personally-
like exponential.
exponential maybe, but I feel like I personally either I'm pissed, like
Yeah.
I'm just generally not happy.
Yeah, it's
like
ding, 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 ding,
let's
ding, ding.
be honest. When we show up in front of the media after the comp, and depending where or depending when, you try to like tone it down and try to be as equal as you can and neutral and kind of I guess neutral as possible. But for me, like deep down, as soon as a competition is done, I would say 80% of the time I'm like unsatisfied. 10% of the time I'm like pissed as hell, and then another 10% of the time I'm like, oh, that's good. All right, But generally, most likely I'll always be like, oh, that was that thing, and then that was that thing, and it's like, yeah,
But that's.
I feel
But
like it's
that's
always
what-
like that.
Yeah, but that's why we're always improving. That's why we're good athletes. It's like we went in top 8. Like it was the goal for the team. We did it.
Yeah, that was the main objective.
But then we went in team final. We fucking crushed it in the first half of the comp. It was really really good. And then 2 slides error at the end cost us top 6. We were six
Yeah.
before pommel and rings. Then 2 errors slide in.
Shout out to Renee.
No, it's team final. It could have happened to anyone. It
it's
could
ev-
have been me on
it's
the high bar.
everybody's
If I
game.
was up on the high bar, then what I did in qualification, it would have been me.
It's everybody's game, yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody's game.
yeah, finals
And-
is a lot different too
Yeah,
because it's,
it's-
3 up, 3
yeah.
count. You
No,
have
exactly.
no
If there one guy who exploding and talk to the Chinese guy on high bar.
right. Yeah.
Japan didn't want gold medal. Chinese lost it.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and
100%.
that's the game. So we were there. We already achieved the gold, which was top 8. But while we're there, why not do better?
Exactly.
top 6. So we always want more, and that's how our brain is working.
But I feel like some of the guys on the team did not really went into the competition with that mentality. Personally, but I don't know how you feel about that. I feel like when we showed up the day of team final, I feel like the general feeling was like, we made it.
We're done.
We're
This
done.
This is bonus.
Yeah.
but
But I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
fe-
just
I
me.
fe-
Maybe
yes,
it's just me.
Yes, but I didn't feel like we were. Let's lay back.
Yeah.
I didn't feel
Not
like we
either,
did
yeah.
that. Like Sam, I felt like he was flying.
Yeah, Sam was flying,
without the
though.
pressure of
Yeah.
like you're just like, okay, I got another chance to show again
Showcase.
what I can do.
Yeah.
And he did a massive comp. Like except his Kachev, who they didn't give credit for the
Which was
the
kinda BS,
bike
but-
one. Yeah. He did a massive comp. Like
No, you're
he's
right.
P bar, high bar. He stuck those routine and they were really, really good. Flory was solid like he usually is. And in Pommel was way better in qualification. So he did his job and he looked like he was having fun. So I do understand your point.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
we made it. But I feel like some people maybe I wanted more. Like I was like, I didn't want top 8. I was like, I know we can do top 6. And that's the goal today.
Okay.
And I was a little bit disappointed when we got back there. I was like, yeah, we made top 8. That's good.
Yeah.
But we're there. Let's
Yeah,
go
no,
for
exactly,
more.
exactly.
And that's why I think for 2028 we want more. It's not top 8.
You
It's
guys
top
heard
fi-
it. You guys
top
heard
6,
it.
Top 5. I don't care.
You want more.
Canada's on an upwards trajectory. I wanted to talk about a little bit of the past of Canadian performances.
Yep.
2020 or 2008 Beijing Olympics. That was personally like my childhood. That's like the Olympics that I
Watched the
watched
most?
like the most. And that was the last time Canada qualified a team, and they came 9th, right? So you one up them by 1 spot.
Yeah.
And obviously, you have opportunities in the future. But
you're
from
right.
that, there was a very big dip. We didn't
Yeah.
qualify to the 2012 or the 2016 or the 2020.
Yeah.
Right? So it's been 4 cycles.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good start. It from being 17th at World Championships in 2019, slowly going up to 10th in 2022. And then last year you made finals,
Yeah.
qualified 4th,
Fourth.
which was
It was crazy.
kind of
Crazy.
Kinda crazy, yeah.
and then you came 7th.
Because of 2 high bar falls that I did, actually. I do remember this. Like we were 2 points.
Oh, you're right.
But yeah, I messed it up on the high bar.
Damn, Will in high bar is a tough time.
Yeah, I know.
Tough time.
Lately, it's been
It's
love
okay, it's
relationship.
okay.
I like
Yeah.
high bar, but
But definitely, I feel like Canada's going on an upward trajectory.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's what we see.
yeah.
That's what we see.
yeah, and I feel like we've been feeling it for the past couple years.
Yeah.
And Adrian told us it was like it wasn't luck. It was like we
No.
worked for that, and we were seeing that coming. Like it in his head, it was clear that we were going to make it.
The truth of the matter is that it's a big shout out to Adrian because I think he definitely carried the whole country by itself.
Mastermind.
You can completely like no other men's program national coaches could make the difference like he did.
No,
I'm just
I genuinely
I
believe
know
this
he's
too.
my coach, but I'm just spilling facts here.
And people don't understand how much time Adrian is putting. Also, like he's always
He's
in
the
his
mastermind behind all
notebook,
this whole team.
like calculating what
doing it
country
all.
are doing. Oh, Italy is doing like 253. Maybe we can go trying to fight them. And now they did a little bit lower. So I guess the balance is switching a little bit. But Adrian is always looking at different countries. Not all. Also, he's coaching us and he's trying to make us better. But he's always looking over there what's
Yeah.
going on in the world.
Behind
It's
the
like,
scenes and-
okay, Swiss, which is a big competitor of us, they did 251 at this comp. I was like, okay, 251. It's not massively over us. Like we can make 251 on paper. We just need to
Yeah.
fucking do it on
Yeah.
on the field of play.
Yeah, but it's his commitment to the game, and nobody is as committed as he is.
No.
No other coach,
No.
other staff, not even close. So,
And I
yeah.
think right now he's getting the reward that he's been of the energy
not
that
enough,
he's been
man.
putting. Yeah,
not enough. And
Not-
that's
not
again,
enough. Not
like
enough.
not bringing back those event finals or that specific medals. That was I feel like that was like me or us letting him down in a way. That's how I felt like after these games. And I know that's not what he necessarily feels like, but that's how I felt. And especially knowing that we could have pushed for the top if we were to have the top 6 as a team, I don't think I would be having this discussion or that like talking like that, especially like specifically. But since we unfortunately towards the end of the comp fell back into the top 8, I'm just like, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Because you
deserved
saw
more.
what could
He
have happened.
deserved more.
Yeah, of course.
He deserved a better. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's just us being hungry again. But if you look it up, like 2012 we were 13, 2016
it's an
we were
uptrend.
2015, 2016 we were 15, 2019 17, and then we fucking switch it up the curve. So we went 10, 4, 7, and now we're 8. So we're there. We're there.
We're fighting in the mix.
Yeah, we're fighting the mix, and I feel like he's young. I'm still young. 2028 is not that far. I'm gonna be 28. It's gonna be 26. Rene wants to continue. He's gonna be 31. It's gonna be grandpa. I guess he's gonna replace Zach at some point. So we'll see. And then we got some young kids who are pushing us. They're like
We can talk about the future in a bit.
yeah, of course.
But
Oh.
last question. What was the best part of the Olympics? That's it, and then we'll
Chocolate muffin.
And the volleyball girls. No, no. I think, you know, one of the best part was the atmosphere in the village. You know, I love games because of the atmosphere. You know, people are walking, people are going to eat, people are going to training. These are all top tier sportsmen in their own field, living under like the same small area. And I think that's the magic. Then you make the connections. Then you talk to some people around, and you see that you share damn big common interest because they're sportsmen just like you. They've been doing this for their whole life, just like you. And I think that's the vibes.
Yeah, I think it's the time that I've seen the most people with the rings tattoo on their body. It was
Yeah, on their
crazy. Like,
body, yeah.
everyone has them. But like me, I would say the people, like meeting people of different sport, because we're always doing gymnastics and world championship and stuff like that. It's always the same gymnast that we kind of get used to. But Olympic Games, they're swimmers.
Yeah, you're
there's
exposed to a lot
you're
of
exposed
different
to others. So
athletes.
that's a big point.
Yep.
But me, it's all those little moments of joy or like little details that are right up there, and I love them. Like one of my core memory of the games, and it was in gymnastics. It was on the all-around final when Ilya and Vernier went on P-bars, and after the P-bar rotation, I think it was the 4th one, they were 1 and 2, and all the crowd just went nuts, and they were like cheering for them because of the war and stuff like that going on. And like those little details of stuff like that happening, or like when Teddy Riner won in judo in front of his crowd and stuff like that, when he did a hippon, usually they're waiting on the floor to see the referee say you won. But he knew, so he put the guy on the floor and right away stand up and point the ceiling. Like right away, he knew. He was like, "I'm not waiting for the referee."
That's a dub.
Yeah,
That's a dub.
like those little moments that
Olympic
that
moments,
I was
man.
there, which like I have chills like thinking about it. So no, it was crazy.
My high bar
Crazy.
slip didn't give you chills?
I was frustrated. I was frustrated, and I was scared that you hurt your knees.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
Like if
'cause
you
we
look
know-
at the slow mo.
Yeah, we know I could have absolutely
Yeah.
obliterated both my knees
You
and
were
not being able
lucky,
to walk for 2 years
Yeah,
straight or
we're
something like
lucky
that.
for that.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah,
Olympics. It's gonna be a part 2.
Yeah, for
Part
sure.
2.
For
No,
sure.
for sure.
Let's
Thank
wrap
you for
it up.
you guys for being here.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm very proud of you. I'm sure everyone in Canada is too. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
next
Love you.
episode.
Next
Woo.
episode.